Robertson out on the wing certainly knows how to score plenty of tries. The Wynnum Manly side, here's their lineup now. The Premiers have been hitting some tremendous form. Now, Colin Scott's really been on the boil for them at fullback, busting into the back line. Peter Sinclair at lock forward. Every time I see him play, he reminds me more and more of Bobby Lindner, a real player of the future. But they're no doubt going to miss the big fellow, Gene Miles, in the centres this afternoon. Well, your referee today is David Gona. Let's go to your commentators now, Alan Thomas and Mick Vivers.
There's the whistle. Lewis hits it. And this Winfield State League match between Wynnum Manly and Ipswich is underway. Gavin Payne trying to get to the quarter-way. Scott Nichols coming in from the wing in a strong tackle. Helps to put him to ground with Tony Jamont. Big test today for Wynnum Manly without Gene Miles, McVeevers.
Yes, it'll be a... Well, it's not a pleasant change, but it'll be a change to see what they can do. Him not being out there, he's always added thrust and all that, and they expect a lot from him. Be a lot more weight on Wally Lewis's shoulders today.
It's gone through Langer to Nixon, and he'll get rid of it down to Scott Nichols, who's knocked it on. And this might be an appropriate time to go to the sideline, and 4BC's Greg Carey.
Yes, Alan, good afternoon to you. The Ipswich Jets sounded and looked fired up prior to this game. It would seem Tommy Raudonikis, their coach, they had a little bit to prove.
Oh, no, they've got nothing to prove to anybody. You know, we've got to go out there. We're playing the Premiers, and we're going out there to win. And like I said, we've got nothing to prove. We've just got to play well.
Yeah, talking about playing the Premiers, special instructions to that end?
Oh, well, yeah, you know, they're a good side, but so are we a good side. So we've just got to play to our pattern, stick to our pattern, and don't make mistakes against them. Yeah,
sometimes after a big defeat, does a team need reminding that they are a good team?
Oh, no, my guys are okay. You know, they're no problem at all.
Okay. So we can look forward to a close one, you think?
I think it's going to be very close, yeah.
Okay, Tommy Raudonikis. Wally Lewis, meantime, was very controlled in the dressing room prior to the game, as he usually is. He made it simple. He said no mistakes, no penalties, and you'll win. Easy as that.
Sinclair on the quarter. Tessman. Petrie to dummy half to distribute for Mick Hickey. And he goes to ground, put over by Ray Kelly. Petrie again through Dawes. It's with Sinclair. And the Wynnum defence, the Ipswich defence to the fore at the moment. Lewis will get rid of this. It's come off Walters.
All onside.
And it's picked up by Teeny. Oh, gee, there'll be trouble here. Nichols here, but at the pace. Oh, Langer's missed him. Nichols is going to score. Nichols scores, and Alan Langer missed him. Ran him down in 2 hops and has given away 4 points. Scott Nichols over, Wynnum 4, Ipswich 0.
Oh, and no trouble at all for Ipswich if Wally's kick hadn't touched an Ipswich player and put them all onside. And you're right, watch Langer. He accelerates here. Here he comes. Now, he had plenty of time to line him up, but didn't go low enough. He went half high as well as half down. Now, there's the kick, all onside. And there didn't seem to be much desperation from the Ipswich guys to get there either. Now there is, but it's far too late. Now, here comes Langer. Look, he goes... See, he went up high with one hand instead of both down below. I don't know what the going was there, but...
And might have noticed too, Mick, watch Gavin Payne hold off because he thinks Langer... There's Payne, now watch him stop. There. It's too late. Langer misses him. By the time Payne got going, the bird had well and truly flown. There's Payne. And Payne kept going at the same pace and cover. I think he would have got Nichols. One of Brisbane's early risers, Wayne Roberts. Keen interest and a Wynnum supporter with a very pensive look on his face. Now there's something on. Strathy goes up the centre of the ruck where he's met by Dawes and Naylor. Now it's with Alan Langer. Zillman. Zillman's tackled by Peter Sinclair. Langer again. Oh, O'Doherty hit by Sinclair. The pass was a little bit slow. Walters from dummy half. Back to O'Doherty. Sheds Lewis, and it goes to Hunter. Nixon. Kelly. Williams to Robertson, and that is a good try. My word. And now we have it at 4 points all. Wynnum Manly not putting the man on the deck. And Ipswich get over it with Ken Robertson to score, and it's 4 all.
Well, it all started here from O'Doherty getting a pass away to Hunter. Now he shifts it on, and it was on from here. Very slippery work here. They were being crowded with the cover defence. The flick pass, beautifully done.
Well, Williams has bamboozled everybody.
Well, Robertson's bamboozled everybody too, but that was well done there. Now, this pass there drew them in beautifully. It was on from there, but now they're getting crowded again. Not the best pass, so he just goes bang inside to Robinson. 3 men out of cover defenders out of the road.
3 men going for Ross Williams. That's what created the try. O'Doherty, this is where it started when he shed the Lewis tackle, and then they moved it. Wynnum's cover was to the 4. Hunter just getting it away through Nixon. They just kept moving it. Then Kelly, and then Williams, and 3 cover defenders go for Williams. And inside comes Kenny Robertson. He scored a few tries this season. In fact, that's his 6th. And that's just away. It's 4 all. Danger here for the Jets unless they come up with one against the feed. They won't. Lewis flips it around. Dawes picked it up on the half volley. That was a Mark Murray, Wally Lewis special from the State of Origin series of days gone by. Lewis with the ball. Inside it goes to Tierney. 3 metres out is where he'll play it. Ipswich regroup. Dawes can't shed the tackle. Here's Lewis charging for the line off the short pass. No, he decided against it. Scott going towards the line. Well picked up by Sinclair. This is the last tackle. Lewis coming into play. Inside to Jenner. Inside to Nichols. Oh, gee, that was a soft try. The Ipswich defence was absolutely woeful. They did that in slow motion, Wynnum Manly, and they've come up with a try. It's now 8 points to 4. Wynnum Manly lead. Here's Scott. Steers it right through the high diddle-diddle. So Wynnum Manly now go to a lead of 10 points to 4. Well,
it's taken a while, hasn't it?
I don't think David Gaynor was going to give the penalty, but Jenner gave himself up. He put his hands up and said, "Can I leave the room?"
Well, that's the first one he's picked, and I don't think, as you said, he picked it. Here it is. Look, Jenner goes, oh.
So Ipswich have possession just outside the Wynnum Manly quarter, and they're lined out this time so that maybe they're going to spin it. Well, it wasn't the best of passes, but Kelly's come up with the ball, and he's going to go all the way and score underneath the post. Well, we'll have to have a look and see where that came from. It almost came from an intercept to Wynnum Manly, and Kelly's put the ball under the sticks, and now Wynnum Manly lead by 10 points to 8.
Well, I'll tell you what, Scott Nichols missed him, and Colin Scott's missed him, and Hunter's just gone on with it now.
Nichols and Dawes.
Now, here it is. Scott Nichols misses him there. Wally's overrun him. Colin Scott fell over out here in the back play somewhere. And that is a soft, easy sort of a try. Here it is again.
Now, this is the pass which is almost the intercept. I lied, wasn't almost an intercept.
Actually, Dawes misses there too. Now, look at that.
Woeful defence from Wynnum Manly. Lewis not amused behind the goal post as we watch it once more.
Well, actually, I thought the intercept was on, as you said, for Wynnum to go the other way. But, oh, look at that.
Couldn't believe it, Kelly. Ray Kelly could not believe it. He scores. Nixon hits it. And it's 10-all, Ipswich and Wynnum Manly in the Whitfield State League.
You'll know the Premiers can play better football than that. But as Tommy Raudonikis said, Ipswich, they're not a bad side. At the moment, 10-all at half-time. Can the Seagulls come powering back in the second stanza? Let's go to your commentators, Alan Thomas and Mick Vivers.
David Gaynor blows time on. Second half coming up. Wynnum Manly 10, Ipswich 10. And Colin Scott with the ball. First points on in the second half will be very vital here, Mick.
Oh, yes. I think both teams know it too, and both coaches know it.
Jenner, a strong run, gaining about 10 metres. Now it's for Tessman.
They definitely miss, or Wally misses Gene Miles a little out there.
Well, speaking of Gene Miles, let's hear what he has to say about the first half as we go to 4BC's Greg Carey.
Yes, Alan and Gene, I don't know that 10 all at half-time would have been to the Wynnum Manly script, would it?
No, we hope to be a little bit more in front, but you know, Ipswich are playing very, very well. They've also got us on the back pedal, which you know, is giving their back line a fair bit of room to work in.
Yeah, what did Wally indicate to remedy that at half-time?
Yeah, he sure did. He's also very disappointed in the missed tackles that we've missed, and also our chasing team with our kicks downfield. So I'm sure you'll see an improvement in those two areas.
What about you? Back next week?
Well, I hope to be, Greg. It's responded pretty well to treatment this week, and who knows, hopefully.
Sadly, your great centre mate is going to take a little longer than that, Mal Meninga. Did you see that yesterday?
Yeah, it was a tragedy yesterday after, you know, Mel started the season off so very well, and, you know, was assured a spot at the State of Origin. Now all those dreams have gone by the wayside, and, you know, as I said, it's a tragedy.
Yeah, I suppose you play with somebody as long as they get to know them and play with them that long and like them that long. It must feel sick for them.
Yeah, it's terrible. You know, we have had a fairly good combination over the years, and, you know, for this to happen at this stage of the year, after starting the year off so very well, is you know, tragedy.
Okay, thanks for that. Quick recovery yourself.
Thanks, Greg.
Okay, and if Wynnum Manly have something to do in the second half, so do Ipswich. If they listen to their coach, Tommy Rodonicus, at half-time, he said, stay hungry, he wants more commitment. Steve Roll's gone back on with the suspected broken hand, and he used that as an example of the kind of courage and commitment he wants from the rest of the Jets for the next 40 minutes. He thinks they can win. More defensive pattern, more attacking pattern, and above all, courage and commitment.
Well, if they're playing out there with broken hands, I think the courage is already to the fore. Ever played a match with a broken hand, Mick?
No, I haven't. Broken bone in the hand, but nothing, or finger, but nothing disastrous like that.
Jenner standing. Dawes, Tessman, Lewis. Now they move it. Naylor steps. Scott's left it on the deck. Every which way but loose.
And nearly offside.
10 all the score.
Plenty of missed tackles here, Alan. Ipswich 16, Wynnum Manly 14.
Nixon with the ball. Whoops. Lewis saying to Gona, that was forward. Gona saying, bad luck, I've got the whistle, it wasn't. Play on. Payne. Cut down by Sinclair. Robertson on his own. Sinclair chases him. Grabs hold of him with Peter Dawes. Now it's with Langer. O'Doherty. Back to Langer. Scott Lewis coming in from the wing. Tony Jamot's out in Scott Lewis's spot. I don't know why. As Haggith picks the ball up and goes straight ahead.
Oh, and what a shocking pass that was out there.
Now with Robertson. Lewis gets him. That pass did go forward, and Gona was on the spot to pick it up. That was the pass to Robert Strathy. Numbers right in front of our commentary box.
Come on.
Scrum to form. Lewis has gone back to his spot on the wing.
Handling errors there.
Hickey. Lewis with hands on hips calling the shots. Jamot losing it. Wynnum trying to get up fast. Naylor comes across in cover. And Ross Williams can't get the pass away. Nixon. Back to O'Doherty. Kerrod Walters. Langer. Zillman. Where's the runner? And Strathy, he's there and he's pulled down. 15 metres out from the line. The blind side again, they run through Zillman. He's put the ground about 3 metres out. Kelly to dummy half. Langer. Loose. Naylor and quick hands, and Ipswich could be in a bit of strife. Tessman hanging on to the ball. Could have let that go then.
What a dreadful pass from Langer. Did not throw it to anybody. Didn't even look.
Naylor settles the ruck. Ipswich let a golden opportunity go by there, and they're going another little opportunity go by here with Wynnum coming up with a penalty against that man on your screen, Ray Kelly. I had Wynnum at 6s and 7s, the Jets. Is that going to go out, that ball? It's going to bounce out, I'd say. No, it stays in the field of play by a whisker. Hunter. Across field. And at the quarterway, he's met by Sinclair. Payne to distribute for Haggett. And now Ipswich with a chance for a touch finder. Lewis making a fundamental error before, not finding touch with the penalty.
True.
10-all the score.
Can't remember when I've ever seen him do that. Too wise for that, Wally.
Walters. So Ipswich, through Wynnum Manley being offside in the ruck after the penalty, now find themselves down inside Wynnum Manley territory with Gavin Payne. Walters over to Robertson, who's on his own. Does he get around Scott Lewis? No, he doesn't, and he does stay in the field of play. Good work, Ken Robertson. Walters, Langer, Nixon, Haggith taking it flat, back to Nixon. I don't think he really was expecting that, but he took it. Bit of sloppy play creeping in here. Last tackle coming up for the Jets. And Robertson into a bit of space. The support to Walters, and there's the kick. Will Langer get there? It's anybody's. That's a try. That is a try. Mark Zillman. The Wynnum Manley players overran the ball, including Langer, but Zillman backed up, touchdown, and now Ipswich lead by 14 points to 10.
Oh, top work from Robinson. Here he goes. He gets it into opens. Missed by Lewis here. He gets, well, he doesn't miss. Hardly gets the ball. Scott takes him out of play. Now, the referee watched that, but he plays the advantage here. And as you said, Langer overran it. The big fella didn't, and Langer goes, you beauty.
Well, Walters backed up Robertson beautifully. He put the chip in. Now there comes Nichols and Sinclair and Langer. It goes past a lot of them. And there's Zillman in front of Jamot.
Here's Robinson again.
Can score a few tries, Ken Robertson. That's his 6th try this season. Well, he didn't actually score. It was Zillman's try. But he created it.
Scott took...
the bounce of the ball.
Out of the play.
The bounce of the ball, Michael Vivers.
Is that what it's called?
The bounce of the ball. That's straight through. It's a nice kick. And so Ipswich now lead Wynnum Manley by 16 points to 10. Walters. Langer. Still going, Alan Langer. Inside to Payne. And that went forward. And he was in an offside position, Errol Hunter. And the penalty to come up to Wynnum Manley. Crowd
boos, but Mr. Gaynor right on the spot. Correct. Here it goes. Went forward.
Well forward.
And there's the...
Jeff Nixon standing with Wally Lewis virtually before he got the ball. That's what that's for. Actually, if you could have seen the look on Lewis's face when he looked up and saw Nixon standing beside him, it was worthwhile having a look at. So Wynnum Manley are now 10 metres outside the quarter. Is where Daryl Jenner takes it forward. Dawes to Tesman. And he's dropped it. And he's wild with himself. And I think his captain might be wild with him. Ipswich lead 16 to 10. There's 14 minutes gone in the second half. Langer, Haggett. Now they start to move it to the back line as it goes to Hunter, and that one's gone forward in an offside position.
By gee whiz, that... I don't know. I didn't agree with that one either.
Here it comes.
Now it's passed, and it just skips off him. Now, there's nothing wrong. That was a flat pass.
Turner, Dawes, Sinclair, Tierney. Does he get his hands free? He does, and Dawes will put it into Ken Robertson's hands. And Wynnum are getting a little bit of the dropsies. Lewis down and back play.
Is coming across field. He copped one.
Strathy trying to get out of the tackle. Haggard, Kelly, put down by Tierney. 16-10 is the lead for the Ipswich Jets. There's just on 18 minutes remaining in the match. Walters with the chip ahead. Scott Nichols takes it well.
And there's that chip ahead again from Walters. Probably worth a try on that occasion, but I still feel Ipswich are better putting the pressure on Wynnum with the ball.
They've put plenty of pressure on them this afternoon, Wynnum. They've dropped the ball a lot of times today, something we're not used to seeing from them. And Ipswich are bustling them out of the match so far. That was against Zillman. 17 minutes remaining. Ipswich leading Wynnum Manly 16 points to 10.
Here's a replay now.
Would let him play it. Lewis finds touch, and that is the 5th straight penalty to Wynnum Manly, and Ipswich have held them out all the second half.
There's the errors. Wynnum Manly 22, Ipswich 16.
John Turner, Coyne overran him, so he had to go on his own, and he almost lost it, but Dawes held on to it. It looks to be panic stations out there with the Wynnum Manly side. Lewis will have to try and settle them down if they want to cross this line. That's Coyne, and that's the quarterway. Turner through Lewis. Oh, it's inside the doors. It's gone to ground. And that'll be the knock-on. Lewis saying to Gaynor that it didn't come off my player. It came off an Ipswich player.
Yes, it did, off the Wynnum Manly's kneecap.
Ipswich come up with the scrum. There's a lot of talking out on the field, does the Australian skipper.
Well, he's trying to push Gaynor into a few things. On that occasion, Lewis was right, but still.
Outside the quarter is where they'll knock it on, Ipswich.
Oh, yes, sir. Did you hear that? Oh, no, sir.
Kerrod Walters arguing all he likes, but if you have a look at the replay, you'll find he absolutely dropped it.
He definitely did.
Incorrect feed from Peter Dawes, the Ipswich penalty.
Here it is. Now he tries to pick it up and he drops it there. Look at it. Pushed it along the ground.
I think Walters was appealing for the penalty for being interfered with and playing the ball. But anyway, an Ipswich replacement coming up. We'll go to 4BC's Greg Carey.
And Darren Wallen's coming up for the very courageous Robert Strathy. Copped a nasty knock, you remember, Alan, in the first half. And he takes on with him the message, tackle, tackle, tackle. This game is yours.
Darren Wallen's in 14. O'Doherty. I think Ipswich believe they've got Wynnum Manly beaten, Mick.
I believe they do too, but they don't want to take any chances.
Haggard bursting onto the ball, trying to push away Sinclair and Tessman. Langer, Ross Williams. Can't get his pass away. Held onto by Tierney and Naylor. Ipswich supporters appealing for the penalty. How's the kick? Well taken by Scott Nichols and hit in a high tackle by Williams. I don't think there was anything vicious, but it was high. Here it comes.
No, it wasn't for that. It
was Kelly.
Yes,
I apologise to Mr. Williams.
But he was offside when the ball was kicked.
Oh, here's Wynnum running it wide. Scott. Kelly's coming in cover. And so was Haggard, and they picked him up. But they gained about 50 metres in one run. 6 to go. Naylor to take it straight forward. There's 13 and a half minutes remaining. Ipswich lead 16 to 10. The crowd starting to chant. Coin. This is the most vocal we've heard the Lang Park crowd all season. I think Ipswich supporters wanting a big win here tonight. Scott's put it to ground. He's also been hit in a pretty heavy tackle by Ray Kelly as he took it. And Nixon will come up with the ball.
Well done, Nixon, on that occasion. He picked up that loose ball. It's gold at present, laying it out on that grass at Lang Park. Here it is. Short one. There it is. And look at Nixon. Oh, he says, that's mine. That's the way to play it. He's getting keener.
Ken Robertson putting his hand into touch. And that's good work from Scott Lewis. There's some heavy tackling going out there. That cigarette's getting shorter and shorter. Tommy Rodonicus, Ipswich Jets lead 16 to 10.
Here he is. He tried desperately
Wynnum win the scrum,
but pulled out.
I tell you what, there's some heavy stuff going in now. Naylor. Up the centre, Naylor. He's only got to find Lewis. He's found him. Lewis will score. Yes. Over beside the post. And Wally Lewis, the Emperor of Lang Park, has struck. And Wynnum Manly are back in the match, and after the conversion, it should be 16 all.
And what a top ball game we've got on our hands. The top marks to Naylor. Most underrated player. Look at this for acceleration. Beats 1, 2, 3. Drew the man beautifully. Fullback Payne. He was gone. And Wally, all of a sudden, lost his loser's limp and bolted like a purebred.
Here's Naylor. Up the middle. Fires one to Lewis. And Gavin Payne couldn't catch Lewis.
Well, he did actually, but too late.
Too late. Ipswich had tackled and tackled and tackled, and there's no risk they had Wynnum Manly rattled. And out of the blue came Naylor. And this try really eventuated, Mick, probably back about 3 or 4 minutes earlier when Wynnum decided to take a risk and run the ball from their own try line.
And Scott brought it up, yes.
Scott took it away deep into Ipswich territory. That's where the start of the try came, and then Naylor continued it on. So Scott only has to steer this through. And it'll be a very interesting last 10 minutes of play.
Quite noticeable too that Strathy went off and there's been a few holes appear.
Darren Wholen on. Here's Scott. Up and over. 16 all the score. You're watching the Winfield State League on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Play to restart, and there's a replacement. Patrick O'Doherty has left the field for Ipswich, been replaced by Brett Whiting wearing number 15. Brett Whiting comes from Mariba originally, in his second year with the Ipswich Jets. Tessman through Turner. Dawes. Tessman's hurt his arm. Turner taking it forward towards the halfway mark. There's exactly 9.5 minutes remaining. 16 all the score. Dawes goes on a dummy. Then he's got the pass to Coyne. The cover should get him. He's gone to Naylor. He's missed by Brett Robertson. Inside to Hickey. Lewis backing up. Now Jenner will go up the middle and settle it. And he's still going, John Turner. Last tackle coming up. The Jets will have to hold on. It's with Jenner. Dummies. Lewis gets rid of it. Now it's gone to Scott, and they've got a man over. Sinclair couldn't take it. It's picked up by Mick Hickey.
Great defence.
And he is tackled a metre out.
Payne, beautiful
from the
work.
line. The changeover. Ipswich survive. And what about that defence? Crashing defence of Scott Nichols and Wally Lewis.
And here's this tackle, a try-saving tackle.
Tierney picking it up out wide, heading